A federal inquiry into home lending is expected to recommend easing restrictions to allow first home buyers to borrow more. It will suggest the banking regulator be given a new mandate to consider the plight of borrowers when setting policies about how much banks can loan out. But there's concern this would push people to take on too much debt.
As you can see, the interest rates are different.
George Samios says it's become harder to write home loans for first home buyers. Lending rules require him to assess a person's ability to repay a loan at a higher rate.
Even though the interest rate is 6.1%, the bank will be assessing you at 9.1% because of the 3% buffer.
That means sometimes people miss out on finance.
It's just keeping the people in the rental cycle, paying someone else's mortgage, and it makes them feel quite frustrated.
Liberal Senator Andrew Bragg says it's time to ease lending rules. An inquiry he's chairing is expected to suggest that when people buy their first home, they get assessed with a lower buffer.
The Australian dream can be restored by using some targeted demand-side measures which allow Australians to borrow more or get a loan if they are a first home buyer.
But Labor and Green Senator Barbara Pocock are against lowering the buffer, arguing regulator APRA wants it to stay where it is and that easing it could increase the risk that people default on home loans.
We shouldn't make it easier for first home buyers to get more debt. Increase supply, support those first home buyers in a market where the prices are not increasing, and take some of the investment heat out of it by changing the tax policy and building more public housing.
Currently, banking watchdog APRA aims to protect financial stability by focusing on whether lenders are taking on too many risky loans. The Senate inquiry is expected to suggest a new mandate that would require it to consider the plight of borrowers when setting policies.
APRA would be hauled into Canberra 4 or 5 times a year to go through how they're actually going about their business, because we think that the way that mortgage rules are set is very important to Australians.
Important for many Australians still fighting to break into the property market. Nassim Khadem, ABC News.